Hi everyone. Okay, I wanted to do a quick video on this journal. This is my Dark Witch Grimoire journal, and it just sold to someone out in the Netherlands. I've already done this journal video. This is the third time. So, well, okay, this is the second and a half time. The first time was only a little bit done, and then I decided it was no good. So we're hoping this time is success. I have a new setup and it's not quite right. Okay, I got a new light and stuff, and I'm really trying it out here, but I don't have my setup correct at all. I'm really trying, but this is my tablet is propped up on it and it's kind of falling. Okay, it's gonna fall forward. I'm almost certain of it. I'm hoping it's not going to, but yeah, it probably is. Okay, just if we're being real here. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna try to make this quick because really my setup is it is not super stable, and this is already spoken for because it sold this morning. I had a lot of interest on this. I got a lot of views and favorites on this on my Etsy and on my website. And it sold just this morning to somebody from the Netherlands. So thank you, and I hope that you love this journal when you receive it. It will be going out tomorrow. I'm going to prepare it and package it up tonight and fit as many goodies in it as I can under the 2-pound weight, and fit every last gram's worth of goodies in there that I can. I have a removable tassel that I have made here out of sari silk with a little star-filled glass charm. I'm gonna wrap that in some tissue paper to make sure that it doesn't get damaged in shipping. This is just a really pretty cover that I did, and glued it all down. So there's that. Here is a really heavy piece of coloring book page, and it's just of architecture. Both sheets, they're different, and they're just, it's large. It's like 12 by 12 coloring book sheet. And I thought that was really cool. Maybe that's somewhere that our witch travels to. Did I tell that it was a Dark Witch Grimoire journal? And this is like kind of special here because my kids actually did this. They did this black part here. They were practicing with the coloring thing where then you paint black over it and then scratch it off. But we had tried it with colored pencil, not crayon, just to see what it would do, and it really didn't work. And so my littlest got really super frustrated, and he just like threw the paper and wanted nothing more to do with it. So I just kept it, and I kept some pieces for myself, of course, too. But I included a piece of that on the front cover here because it just went really well with everything. And so I sewed the picture of our beautiful witch here onto that. And then there's a vintage ephemera with like some cobwebs and some cherubs in the corner. Some pieces of feathery boa with some golden flecks. Some die cuts. It's like a brad that's all glittery. That's a Tim Holtz sticker. So then when we open it up, this is a nice sewn pocket. Full page, just about pocket. There's another witch. There's a witch coloring sheet. And so there, your coloring sheets are going to be right in there. Okay, well, her coloring sheets, because this is already spoken for. As I said, it was purchased this morning. But I did want to do a video on it because I am so happy with the way that it turned out. There's another piece of that coloring sheet, another witch image. This is all from that kit from Liana Scrap, and I love her stuff. So I just did some fun stuff here, stamped, inked, stuff like that. There's a big journaling card, and she's like a moon lady riding on a bat. This is just a little envelope that I did up. It has a brad with some string that you will wrap around there to close it. And it has a bunch of tags and cutouts, just random ones here that are going to be included for her to use throughout the journal or whatever, and some permanent adhesive dots that are foam, so you can, you know, add some height to your embellishments, but also they'll be very sticky. This is really cool yarn that I found, and it looks like it's really, really thin, but then you can spread it out and it goes to be like 3 or 4 inches wide. So I gave her a length of that too, like I think right around a yard. And then I just embellished this a bit with like stamping and like some labels and I don't know, just some little die cuts, and I decoupaged some stuff on there and stuff. So then we just have some more stuff. I'm not really going to be able to go through everything on here because I did already spend a lot of time doing this video. I really did. I really, really did. I really did. I wish that the other video had been good and stayed and not been stupid. Okay, but we're gonna just let it be. Okay, it was a wonderful half-an-hour video. It was great. This has been coffee dyed, and it was right over top of a doily. This is just a little embellished golden paper clip on a nice big journaling card, and then we have a mini journaling card there, and I've just put that, whoops, right there, like that, with just a little dangle on a jump ring there. Some grid paper. All of my plain papers have either been like dyed or painted or spritzed or something. This just is a little charm. It says significant and has an S cut out of it. There's a large embellished paper clip that I also dyed with alcohol ink. There's another little thing. I made these little tear aparts. I found all these images on the public domain and made myself these big sheets that I could just tear apart and ink up, and they're really simple little, that says haunting, they're really simple little add-ins to journals. This is just a journal card that I did with like some decoupage and like painting, stamping. This is just a little like weekly calendar sheet. I just inked around that. It's just a nice journal spot with some fabric ribbon. It's the Milky Way, so it's centered around like astrology, witch's brew, haunting, witching hour, and these are removable. Really, TNs are really my specialty. So I'm gonna show you just quickly the whole thing. Each signature like this is removable, and I believe these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I have the pocket page. So 12 folded in half, 24, that's, okay, so that's 48 pages per signature are in this to actually write on, because front and back, that would be front and back, okay? So like each individual page, like a book style, you know, 1, 2, okay? So this is just a little bat that I found out of a book. I inked him up. He's on there with a clip. Okay. Some fabric ribbon that I did. This is another little dangle. This is just some, little paper charms, die cuts. It's painted paper, coffee dyed papers. This one has a feather charm. This is more of that digi kit from Leona Scrap. This is a piece of cheesecloth that I used and stretched it across and made it into a pocket. These are a couple of tags with coordinating tabs. Another little dangle is here with a little metal key and a little bat cutout circle thing there. And that is about the end of our first signature. It's just another little, like a little witch's brew calling card type deal. Not a calling card, but a, you know, like a little card. Okay, that's the end of the first signature. Most of the little tabs and stuff that you see sticking out, most of that is sari silk, like that's sari silk, and a lot of it's silk. So this says bubbling and churning, just keeping with that witchy vibe. There's another little, that was just fussy cut from a paper collection. And super dark dyed, coffee dyed paper. That was avocado dyed book page, printed out from the public domain, not an actual book page, on recycled paper, of course. These were some beads that were gifted to me. This is actually a piece of ephemera from a Tim Holtz Halloween collection from I think last year's release. And then this is some coffee dyed lace paper that I did. I glued this actual lace down with Fabri-Tac. Avocado dyed paper, more of that digi kit, painted paper, splotchies, more coffee dyed splotchies, very coffee dyed paper. More of our pretty witches. These are fossils imprinted in stones. More of that, and there's some tape here and there, washi tape to reinforce it. I just thought that was really pretty, went really well with that. I stuck a little sticker there that I inked up, lizard legs and lizard's leg and Howlett's wing. So I just thought that kind of goes with it really well. Really pretty splotches. I love how dark some of those are around the splotches and stuff. It's very old graph paper. It is actually really, really weak paper because of its age. And it did not do well with the avocado dyeing. But yeah, it survived. So it's in there. That's more lace-dyed paper, and then I just punched my doily punch along the edge there. Some pretty bling right here. Lots of little charms there. Make that really pretty, special. There's a little charm I glued on there, and then a couple more little journaling cards. I've just inked around them, age them a little bit, charmed morsels, and an owl one. And that's the end of our second signature, Salem, Mass. And I feel like that little cat could just turn into a witch at a moment's notice. This says Trick or Treats. This is not a Halloween book. I hope that everyone realizes it's not a Halloween book, but it just felt like it went really well, especially right here because of the cat and the witch's hat and the cat and the witch's hat and just black and white, and I just put that black sari silk. And I felt like it went really well there. And there's another small journal card to coordinate with it. And this is just kind of a fun little thing that I did there. Tied that on there to make it a belly band. I did this with coffee dye and lace. Coffee and lace and paper. Pretty fabric ribbon. Like blue, like the night kind of tree branchy look. It kind of goes with these. Another charm. This looks like a witch's boot to me, so I thought I'd include that. I like that there. You guys can move that, or she'll be able to move those charms around, you know. There's our yellow moon there. And then we have a Jolly Halloween, and then we have, she just looks, it's not Halloween again, but just the witch's hat and the owl and the moon and bats and stuff, and a pumpkin, just keeping with the orange with the earth sun. And from this astronomy page, actual book page from, it was like a kid's science book from my friend from a long time ago. Not my friend from a long time ago. She's my friend currently too. But a book she gave me from a long time ago. This is just a puffy sticker that says Witch's Brew, and it's like all glittery. It's pretty cool. I thought that went perfectly with it. This is a journal card that is just like, it's got these cutouts, and it says the silence of the night. And then I just stapled one little staple there with my tiny attacher. And then we also have this die cut that I did there. Another one of my alcohol inked paper clips with a little metallic bead. Goes well there. I did night here, a puffy sticker with night, and we have the moon over here, and they go well together, purple and yellow, purple and yellow. And then we have our owl, of course, nighttime, gold owl, yes. It all just went well together. That grid paper is so light that you could really use it as tracing paper. Well, she could. Lovely lady who has purchased this out in the Netherlands. I think that's just so cool when you get someone who buys something from you from so far away. I really appreciate that. It's special. It's like they bought something from someone from across the world. It's just really cool. So I did some little punching here and there. Right, so that's just like a little leaf, because maybe maybe they need like a piece of maple leaf to go in the potion, or maybe that could only be performed in the fall under a harvest moon or something. You know what I mean? There's another journaling card, right, and that looks harvesty too, with her golden butterflies and stuff. And I just inked around that. Here's another journal spot. Or you could use this as a bookmark. This is chiromancy. Well, she can. This has some tuckable spots here. And I made this out of a a dictionary or encyclopedia page, and it had a bat, and then it goes into all these different descriptions of bats there, and I just really thought that that was perfect for this book. So here is our final signature, and I've glued down some fabric and some paper and another beautiful witch, another die cut flower. Our first page has this pretty little bookmark that I have included with a feather. This keeping in with the, I thought there were so many ravens throughout the book too. Ravens just remind me of like witchy, and the ravens, and so apothecary, and then there's like the feathers, and they could be black raven feathers, right? And then you've got all this black and gold, and that looks like flecks from like outer space. And you've got Edgar Allan Poe here, and he's just, wow, he's Edgar, right? And so then we have this like flippy thing, and I was just playing with paper and seeing what I could do with paper here, seeing how different ways I could fold them into like pockets, and so that's what I came up with. Over here, this could be a bookmark or a journal spot. And so I just inked that up, put some Sorry Silk at the top, and I don't really want it to stick out that much. And that's such a tight little clip. Those are really tight little clips. If you ever need like a clip to really hold something in there, I'm telling you, these little Tim Holtz ones, they really do the job. I know I talk about Tim Holtz stuff all the time. I'm not like paid by the Tim Holtz company or anything. I wish, but seriously, but their stuff is really good. No, it's not cheap either, but it's good, and it's worth the money. It really is, because I mean, that's thin paper, and this one's not. That's a nice heavy cardstock I used to print that off on, but that's not going anywhere. Like that's gonna hold that there for like ever if you wanted it to. And then we have a teeny weeny owl right there, teeny tiny owl, itty bitty, with some beads. Yeah, see, we have another hole there. It's just random holes because the avocado paper was a bit weak because of the dye. See, that became so weak too from the avocado. I don't know if it was just the way that I dyed the avocado papers, like because they were dyed for so long. I dyed that with coffee dye and lace. I painted these with metallic spray paints and smudged them and painted them. I love how iridescent that looks, with like describing how a bubble has the iridescent. This just says owlet's wing. And the candle, I thought that went well with like witches stuff. We have a little jar, more of that cool yarn, and then little die cut bottles there. This is just this funny little thing I made. These cutouts of all these different things, right, that go with the book. And then you put it in here, this little moon dust pocket in front, so it looks like there's not actually another pocket, but there is. And then there's this 3D printed feather that we made with my husband's 3D printer, and this little key charm, so they just kind of dangle out of there, and I just liked how that dangled from the bottom. These are some little charms there on that one. Some mushrooms and little vials and candles. Very pretty, pretty. More of that coffee dyed lace paper. More punched coffee dyed paper. More avocado stained paper, or tea dyed. I don't know which that is. Avocado. Definitely avocado. This is definitely avocado too. I think it's because I left the avocado for so long because I really wanted that really dark pink hue, and it just, the paper just didn't, it just kind of didn't stay together as much as like coffee dyeing. I don't know. Something about it. I'm not a pro at avocado dyeing, but I love the way they came out regardless. Here's just some little punched things and some of those. It says Love Potion, and that's just actually a tuck spot. I like the way that came out. I just kind of did glue and glue. And then I did another coloring page right here, just like that, to tuck right in there. Hey, buddy. And that is the end of our 4th signature. And this is one big journal card that I did with more of that cool yarn and just a little piece of fabric there and a little sticker. And then there is a bunch of die cuts and cool little just little cutouts and some accessories. Images and yes, accessories and tags and stuff. Some images from the public domain that I printed out and stuff. So you need to go ask Daddy, okay? Give me a few minutes, please. Okay, thank you, buddy. And so those are going to be included as little add-ins for her to go with the journal. And then we just have this as a sari silk closure. Alright. So that is about it for this journal. And it is very lovely, and I hope to do more in this size. I love the size of this journal, and I love how it came out. And yeah, if you guys are interested in any of my style of journals, I do have some other journals available in my web store, and that is HuggableEarth.com. So go check it out. I'll link that below. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.